Hi, this is Chef Inspire. I am here today so excited to talk to you about dealing with fear. Now, in the midst of what has been transpired in 2020, we have seen some things that will make you afraid. We have seen hospitals and nursing homes where bodies were piled up in sheds, in refrigerators, because it was too many of them, too many people dying. We have seen racial unrest, a Black Lives Movement rally that swept our nation and was permeating every sector of society, causing protests, sometimes violent protests. People have been dying. We have experienced this coronavirus, which has taken over, shut down businesses, stopped people from doing their normal everyday routine, caused people to work from home and to be in a virtual prison in their own household. Fear swept our nation. Now, the thing about fear is this. Check this out. Fear is false evidence that appears real. Fear is also a smokescreen. It is something that is put in front of you that is stopping you from seeing the truth. Now, also, what happens when you're in fear, your body produces certain chemicals, cortisol, stress hormone. Your body automatically goes into a fight or flight mode, which shuts down your immune system and causes you to be vulnerable to the opportunistic diseases that are in the atmosphere. Fear is not your friend. Fear will create what you fear most. In the scriptures it says, the thing that I fear the most have come upon me. Fear weakens your immune system. It causes you to be in a vulnerable position so that the things that you are fearing will actually come upon you. When you put yourself in a fear mode, that means you're in a coherent state of fear. Now, being in a coherent state is the most powerful state that a human being could be in. Now, when a human being, when his mind and his heart is in one accord, what happens is nothing that he wants or nothing that he is focusing on will be denied him. Why? Because he is actually in a supernatural state of drawing whatever he is fearing or faithing to himself. Whatever you are in coherency with, you will manifest. This is why it's so important to not let fear govern your life, to not let fear stop you from coming out of the house. The most important thing that you can do during this time of this pandemic and during this time of this isolation is to breathe. Your breath is your most important weapon. When you learn how to breathe to cause fear to be removed and faith to be replaced, when you learn how to breathe to get rid of anxiety and to replace it with peace, when you learn how to breathe to replace anxiety with calm or with confidence, you are putting yourself in the right state. Now that's the key. The key is that you have to put yourself in a state that is going to make you prosper. Fear is a state that will take you out. It is a state that will help you to move towards the things that you don't want in your life. Fear is your enemy. What we must understand is if we do not push ourselves to confront the fear and do the things that we fear anyway, when you are living in fear, you are living a small fraction of who you can possibly be. You are not in a position to create. You are not in a position to prosper. You are living in fear. You are smaller than what you should be. When you are operating in fear, you are not operating in faith. Faith and fear are enemies. And the scripture says this: if you do not operate in faith, it's impossible to please the Creator. Fear is your enemy. Fear is your enemy. For those people who are staying home, that are staying locked up, that are isolating themselves from their loved ones, totally. Some people have not come out of the house. They're afraid to be around people. And guess what? The scripture says that your blessings come through people. Now, I'm not saying that you have to put yourself in danger, but you can't put yourself in a position of fear where you are not interacting. Your blessings come through people. God uses people to touch you. And if He can't put you in a position where you're communing, then you cannot be touched. You're blocking your blessings. You are stopping the hand of God from moving in your life because you're operating in fear. We need to break free. This year of 2021, you need to go out. You need to do things. All of the media is talking about all the things that we should be doing. Washing our hands, social distancing, staying in the house, all of these things. But they have not emphasized the most powerful weapon that we have against the coronavirus, which is to strengthen our immune system. Eating the right foods, getting proper exercise, creating an atmosphere of less stress in our lives by meditating and by doing things that is relieving the stress. This is how you build your immune system. And when you build your immune system has the power to fight off any opportunistic disease, any virus that may come around, any bacteria that may try to enter in. Your body will fight it off successfully. There have been people that have not gotten the coronavirus. Why? Don't you think they were exposed? But they have not gotten it. Why haven't they gotten it? Because of their attitude. Because they are not operating in fear. Why? Because they are operating in faith. You are more powerful than you think. When you keep your eyes glued to the TV, watching the death toll, watching the news, watching things that are making you more fearful, what happens is you set yourself up for failure. You put yourself in a position to be a victim. One of my Chef Inspire's favorite sayings is, your blessings are on the other side of your fear. Once you learn to go through that fear, walk through that fear, and get to your blessing on the other side, you will start to live. You will start to live a life worth living. You will start to live a life that is productive, a life that is designed by the Creator. We cannot live in fear. We must live in faith. And if we learn to live in faith, our life will get better and better. I hope you get this. I hope you got it. If so, your life will get better and better. This is Chef Inspire saying, do not fear. God is with you. In your weakness, He is made strong. God bless.